Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So this is huge news. We've been waiting for this for quite some time, and I personally believe that this is the Trump effect. Literally 5 days until Trump takes office, we have peace in the Middle East. How about that? Or mostly peace in the Middle East, I should say. Obviously, the major conflict at the moment going on was Israel versus Hamas, or as lots of people were saying, free Palestine and all that sort of other stuff that was going on. Well, now news broke not that long ago, believe it or not, that Israel and Hamas officials have reached a Gaza ceasefire deal, and they're going to be giving back the hostages, I believe it is. This is major news. I don't know if you're already aware of that, but this has been a long time in the making, and it wasn't Biden or any of his government officials that made this happen. This was Trump. This is the Trump effect. He made video after video, and I'm sure he's been on the phone to quite a few officials over in that region, Netanyahu and many others. I'm sure people are afraid of Trump entering into office, so they listened. This is the Trump effect. Not going to lie. He said that if the hostages were not released before he takes office, there would be hell to pay. And that hell to pay was explained by J.D. Vance, meaning sanctions upon sanctions, and they're going to see something they've never seen before from the U.S. And I don't think Hamas wanted to have the superpower of Donald Trump's office on their backs the entire time. I think they just weighed up all the options and gone, okay, we've lost. We tried, we've lost. We can't beat Trump or the U.S. Trump is going to bring back the U.S.'s might. We can't do anything now moving forward. Just give up, live to fight another day, so to speak. But nevertheless, I don't think Trump is going to allow Hamas to remain. And I mean, like, there's one way to go about this and make them completely and utterly broke. Like he did that with Iran. Iran was almost broke. They wouldn't be able to finance these proxy T-word organizations like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis, all these proxies that Iran is funding. But under Joe Biden, guess what happens? Billions of dollars funded for Iran to be able to shift money to all these different T-word organization proxies. It's crazy. Now Trump's back. It's all going to change. And believe you me, if Trump, he brought about peace in this region, like he said he was going to do before he took office. If that's not enough proof for each and every one of you, I don't know what is. Okay, I'm at a loss. The man has said that he's going to do stuff, and guess what's happening? Before he's even taken office, he's been doing stuff. He's making stuff happen. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is seemingly trying to make it worse. So Israel and Hamas have agreed to a ceasefire and hostage release deal on what's been declared a day of success by US President Joe Biden. Of course, Joe Biden will try and take credit for this the moment he leaves office, but it wasn't him at all. The deal to halt Israel's 15-month bombardment of Gaza, which has killed an estimated 46,000 people, don't know if that's accurate, was announced after days of intensive negotiations in Qatar. This deal will halt the fighting in Gaza, surge much-needed humanitarian assistance to Palestinian civilians, and reunite the hostages with their families, Biden said. Assuming it is formally approved by Israel's cabinet, the deal will come into effect on Sunday and roll out in 3 phases. The first phase would include the implementation of a full and complete ceasefire for at least 6 weeks, while negotiations continue over an end to the war. 33 hostages held in Gaza, including women, children, men over 50, and most seriously wounded, will be released in the first phase. Hundreds of Palestinians held in Israeli prisons are also likely to be released under the deal. Well, okay, I don't know about that. But anyway, Palestinians in Gaza will be allowed to return to their neighborhoods, though most of the area has been reduced to rubble. Some technical details of the deal remain unclear. Some terms of the second and third phase of the deal would be worked out during the first phase. During the next 6 weeks, Israel will negotiate the necessary arrangements to get to phase 2, which is a permanent end to the war, Biden said. Biden said his personnel and envoys of the incoming Trump administration had been speaking as one team, meaning Trump took control. Yeah, Biden would love to try and take credit for this, but he had 4 years to try and bring about peace. Under his regime, you had October 7th, you had the terrible withdrawal from Afghanistan, you had so much unrest. You even had the Russia invasion of Ukraine. You had crazy things happen under Biden. He did nothing but make it worse. And before Trump has even taken office, what's happened? Ceasefire, peace to some degree. The deal was first announced by the Qatari Prime Minister, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani. What a name. That is a name. Imagine like saying that on a repeat basis, right? Whose country had been mediating the talks alongside the US and Egypt. Sheikh Mohammed said the agreement relied on both sides keeping to their promises in good faith. We'll see how that lasts. I'm sure the US will be in good faith, right? War between Hamas and Israel began after the October 7, 2023 attacks in which 1,200 Israelis were killed. And we saw protest after protest. And what I'm looking forward to is seeing or not seeing any more of these woke dingbats running around in the streets of Australia protesting like free Gaza, free Palestine, and all that other nonsense that goes on. Look, you've been calling for it for ages, so stop your protesting. We're sick and tired of these people taking over the streets of Sydney and even Melbourne, for goodness sake. Melbourne's pretty bad. Melbourne is bad. Every Sunday, same thing. Jews, Israelis, you name it, they're the ones that cop it. We saw vandalism in Sydney in a mosque, a synagogue in Newtown recently. The level of anti-Semitism is on the rise, no doubt about that. People hate the Jews. And they're standing up for Palestinians. Like, it's just now that they've reached a peace deal, we'll see how long these woke dingbats last. They need to shut up. We have a deal for the hostages in the Middle East. They'll be released shortly. Trump posted at midday Wednesday, 4 a.m. Thursday, Australia time. He went on to claim the deal would not have been possible without his victory in the November election. Yeah, right. That's true. We have achieved so much without even being in the White House, he wrote. He is spot on with that. Spot on. So I think this is a positive thing moving forward. We'll see how long, or how well the phases carry out. I'm very curious. I am indeed. But celebrate the small victories, my friends. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.